Apprehend God in all things, for God is in all things. Every single creature is filled with God and is a book about God. Amen. So you know what today is? July 6th. July 6th. Can you believe it's July 6th? July 6th. I mean, the summer is just about done, right? I mean, it is, right? If you have kids, they're going back to, I hate to tell you this, but they're going back to school like in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that. I mean, summer's going fast, right? Those lazy, how'd that saying go? Yeah, that's not happening. It's going fast. So I hope that if you haven't taken a vacation or taken a break that you will. And if you had, I want you to think about vacation for a second. And I have a question. When you go on vacation, how long does it take you to get into vacation mode? How many days? Okay, yeah, at least 5 days. Going once, going twice. So I did a little better than Jerry. I did it in 3 days. I got vacation mode in 3 days. But still, it took me 3 days. 3 days because there was just so much on my mind, so much cranking in my head that I couldn't let it go. I mean, let's face it. I'm not alone in that, right? I mean, we live in a 24/7 world, and we as Americans have a 24/7 mentality. Admit it, right? Don't sit there and look at me like you don't, because you do. And we all do, 24/7 mentality. And a 24/7 mentality really can lead us to the thought process that if I'm not producing something at every moment of the day, then I'm wasting my time. And if I do it long enough, then I'm wasting my day, right? And then maybe even the thought is, if I'm not producing something, I'm wasting my life. 24/7 mentality leads to that thought process, I think. At least it does in me. And the thing about a 24/7 mentality is it's soul draining. You see, there's nothing wrong with production. Production is a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. It's a great thing to produce stuff so that we can accomplish things. All that is good. It's just not all there is to life. It's just part of life. And when we make it all of life, then our life is diminished. And then we get what Jesus is talking about. We get weariness of soul. A soul weariness. That kind of weariness that you just need some breath. You see, that's why there's the Sabbath in the first place that was read about in Exodus. That's why the Sabbath is about it, to find some kind of balance in life. That's why we have Sabbath. Sabbath, if you really want to think of it this way, Sabbath says 1/7 of all of life should be non-productive. I'm going to say it again. 1/7 of all of life should be non-productive. 1/7 of all of life should be non-productive. And that's in addition to sleep. 1/7 of all life. Because somehow or another, that restores life. Look at it in the context of the reading. In the context of the reading, what's going on? The people have just left Egypt. And what was going on in Egypt? They were slaves. You know, people who are slaves don't get to choose whether or not they rest or not, because they're owned by something or someone. Okay, so these people who are now free are supposed to work 6 days a week to collect the food that they're going to have to eat for their life. But that seventh day is supposed to be a day of rest. It's supposed to be a gift. You see, rest is supposed to be a gift for people who are free to participate in God's rest. Well, so when I was on vacation, it took me those 3 days to get into that vacation mode, to get into that place of rest. Because there was something running through my mind. And as a matter of fact, I was owned by my thoughts at the time. And my thoughts were just running. And you know what my thoughts were? If I could sum them up, they were basically this. I should be doing something, you fill it in. I should be doing something else. I should be doing something more productive. What about what I left at home? I should have done more before we left to go away. Is everything going to be okay when I get back? Right? And on and on and on. You see, I'm not free when I'm in that place. I'm owned. I think that's one of the struggles with rest. One of the struggles with Sabbath is that you can't make anybody do it. I can't make you rest. Not even God can make you rest. That's why I think Jesus, in his saying, doesn't command people to rest. He invites people into rest. I'm going to say this the old way because this is how I learned it, but it's the same reading. Come unto me, all ye that travail and are heavy laden, all you who are worried and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Learn from me, and I will give you rest for your souls. Deep, deep, deep rest. That we need, Jesus says, so that we can live our lives. So that we can live a whole, full, human, free existence. If all I ever do is just run and produce and worry and produce and run and produce and worry and produce, what kind of life is that? Jesus says, come unto me, all ye that travail and are heavy laden, all of you who are so worried and anxious about your lives, and I'll give you rest. And it doesn't have to happen on any particular day. It can happen any day. So what about the 4th, of July? That was a beautiful day. Was that like just a gift from heaven? Wasn't that a gift? I mean, most of the time, 4th of July, I've been here a long time now, and most of the 4th of Julys are really hot. That was just a gift, pure and simple. So what'd you do? You know what I did? Nothing. I got to just sit and read and reflect and not sweat. And I got to be with my family, and I got to be with friends and eat and drink and listen to music and have conversation. And you know what? It was a good day. Jesus says, come unto me, all ye that travail and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Hope you find that today. Amen.